Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Resident Evil, and this movie came out in 2002, and I don't know why I watched it. I was just hoping that it would be kind of funny bad at points. I wasn't expecting anything great or good, really, and I was very disappointed by this movie. I didn't even find it funny. It was funny in a couple key moments, and when I say key moments, I mean like very small, minor portions that are like kind of necessary to the plot, I guess. It's like the best scene in the movie would be like the laser room scene or whatever that is. I thought that was pretty funny and pretty stupid, and I was enjoying it. And there were a couple moments that I liked, like laughing at the movie. But in terms of like things that I can take seriously, like unironically, this movie has nothing. It fails in every way possible, but ironically speaking, it has a couple things that are funny. Just a couple things that are funny. But most of it's really boring and takes itself way too seriously, and it's such a goofy concept, this movie. It should be like really dumb. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, and what this should have been is just a lot of dumb, stupid action with like a really cheesy acting and really cheesy action going on. Like Blade. Like that movie is like fun. It's not great, but it's fun. Like with the tone and the music, and that's really the most that's keeping me entertained in that movie. In this movie, it's taking itself completely seriously, and there's like no fun to be had because it takes itself so seriously, and the entire film just feels so goofy, and it doesn't even feel like a movie. It feels like a video game. Like these are things you would see in a video game, and that makes sense because this is based off of a video game, but it doesn't work in execution. It's just distracting. Like the way certain characters behave, and like there's logical errors that just do not make any sense. Like it's like, okay, I guess these guys knew exactly what our main characters were up to at this exact moment, and they were just all prepared and ready to go. It's like, okay, kind of just moving along with whatever garbage this movie can think of. All of the acting in this movie is really bad. I never believed anyone as their character, and that's mostly because most of them do not even have a character. It's just everything is so forced, the way that they interact with each other, and I never bought any of them as real people, and I was always distracted with all the dialogue because it's always really cheesy and stupid, and characters just make absolutely illogical decisions. Like, why would you even do that? It doesn't even make sense, and I just don't understand what certain characters are trying to do. And they have like some antagonists, I guess, that are just thrown into the movie, and all I can think of is, why is this character in the movie at all? It's just to fill up the amount of characters that we have and maybe service a twist. Spoilers, but honestly, you don't need to see this movie. I'm going to continue talking as to why you should not watch this movie because it's just absolutely painful to get through. And when the twist happens, I was just wondering, why did that need to happen? And there's so many things that just do not need to be in the movie. And honestly, I kind of wish that I watched a trailer that spoiled the whole movie for me, because then I wouldn't have to see the whole film. And I haven't talked about the second half really all that much, and like summed it up for myself at least. And the second half was just unbelievably painful to sit through. I was so bored, just waiting for something fun to happen. Just waiting. I was waiting. And sometimes I would get like a really stupid funny moment. Like, not intentionally funny, but like when we had the, I guess, main creature thing that the movie was kind of building up to have. It was kind of funny, like how it was, how our characters were trying to fight it off. But aside from that, the second half of this movie is just completely dull, and I can barely remember anything that happened other than a twist happened, and there was some really stupid things, and I just couldn't pay attention to the movie. Now let's talk about our main character, Alice, played by Emilia Jovovich. I think I pronounced that correctly. Maybe not, but moving on. I don't want to get stuck on just one thing. When we first get introduced to our main character, which is like 15 minutes into the movie, her character is like waking up naked in a shower, and she can't remember anything, and that's because she was like, her shower was like pumping out gas, and it made her pass out for like 4 hours, and they explain in the movie that if you're exposed to the gas, then it can also affect your memories, and you can't really remember anything, or something like that. And throughout the entire movie, she's like kind of remembering certain things about who she is, and it just feels like it's from a video game, and it's so distracting to me. I couldn't believe what I was watching, and when I say I couldn't believe what I was watching, I mean like I just don't buy this as a movie. I just buy this as a fan film. It just doesn't feel right to me. And also, one thing that's weird is that when she wakes up and she's like exploring like this house that she's in, and she finds like guns in a drawer, and it like requires a password to like open it up. And I was like for sure convinced that we're gonna come back to this and she's gonna get the guns out and she's gonna fight off all of these like enemies or whatever. Nope, that doesn't happen. Never happens once. And I was very disappointed to see that happen, because that would have been at least kind of cool. But no, they just go with whatever you can, I guess, and characters just show up out of nowhere at certain points, and there's lots of jump scares in the movie, and those are really annoying. And sometimes it's not even a real jump scare. Sometimes it's like a false one, like just a guy just surprises Michelle Rodriguez in one scene, like kind of scares her. I'm like, what was that for? It's like it's just for the audience, and that's it. It did not need to be in the movie at all. And so much of this movie just feels purposeless, and because of that, it really drags down the movie, and things just seem to happen. Nothing feels connected, and like you could take literally every scene in this movie and put it in any order that you would like, and nothing would really change all that much. You could tell it in a non-chronological order, like Quentin Tarantino, like Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs, like something like that, so like Tarantino likes to do in some of his movies, and you might get something that would be slightly more unique, I guess. It probably would not have a purpose, don't get me wrong. It's like, I still think that would be a bad decision, but still, I feel as though it would offer like the same experience. That's what I'm trying to get at, is the experience will be unchanged. Since this movie was rated R, I was hoping for some like really cheesy blood and violence in the movie, and you really don't get that in this movie. It's very tame, it's very boring. The blood that does show up is not goofy enough to be enjoyed, and it's very minimal, and it's like I watched a PG-13 movie, honestly. Like a kind of hardcore PG-13, but that would have been at least fun to some extent. And that's about all I have to say about Resident Evil. It's terrible. Don't watch it. It's not worth your time. It doesn't even work as a funny bad movie. It only has a couple moments that are funny, and that is not enough to watch the whole movie. So skip this one. Don't watch it. It's a waste of time. If you ever come across it, just move right along past it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Resident Evil a 1 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Resident Evil, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Patriot Games. I've never seen any of these movies. I think they're all connected to like Jack Ryan or something. I have no idea. I've never seen it before. That's what I'm trying to say. So look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.